When we first think about the banks and commercial institutions, what pictures comes to our mind? Huge pile of money, lots of well-dressed staffs who can't stop smiling at you, queues, checks, and again, huge pile of money. Ever since its establishment, banks and financial institutions have played a vital role to shape our modern world. From providing financial assistance, giving interests on deposits, and charging you a considerable amount of money to use the services you may not need, to investment in various projects that directly or indirectly influences our daily life. Having that said, we cannot deny the fact that due to the introduction of such establishment, it has been possible to make financial transactions very easy and accessible around the globe. Imagine you are buying a product from a supplier who is halfway around the globe far from you before the establishment of banks and financial institutions. It would take forever to do that transaction, but today it's just a click away. With advantages comes some drawbacks as well. Despite the contribution of such institutions towards the development of modern day world, there are a lot of negative aspects to it. As these institutions are driven by profit motive, it's always searching for new ways to make more profit. In doing that, sometimes there are actions that are not beneficial for the society as a whole.
Today, we are going to talk about the first Bank of Australia. Established in 1817, it came first as the Bank of New South Wales. Later, in 1982, it changed its name to Westpac Banking Corporation. With a total customer of enormous 13 million and 5 key divisions under its name, we cannot say it is not a very popular Bank of Australia. Let's not get carried away just yet. Huge customer count and large scope of business is not the only aspect this bank is famous for. From time to time, this bank has its fair share of involvement in various controversies. Yes, controversies, and there are quite a few of them.
But today we are going to discuss about a specific issue. But before that, let me explain to you about the few players in today's discussion. First is WGK Group of Companies. This is a company that deals with forest products and land development projects.
I think that's enough introduction for that.
Okay, thank you. Second is PNG, officially known as Independent State of Papua New Guinea. This is a small oceanian country that covers the eastern half of the island of New Guinea.
So, let us discuss about our story. What happened here is that WTK Realty, a Malaysian logging giant, started a project called Bewani Oil Palm Development Project in West Sepik Province, also known as Samban Province in Papua New Guinea. WTK obtained a license for this project under the Special Agricultural and Business Lease Scheme, in short known as SABL. So what is SABL? To put it into simple words, under this scheme, an organization is allowed to exploit the natural resources of the permitted region without causing any harm to the ecosystem around it. So basically, they can use the trees, water, land, and other minerals as per their need, being within the limit as prescribed in the scheme. The Malaysian company WTK is funded heavily by the Australian bank Westpac Banking Corporations. Looking into the records, it can be seen that these two companies have a long business relation of 19 years.
Everything sounds good, right? But it's not. When WTK started this project in Sandown Province, they did not follow the rules and regulations as laid out in the SABL scheme. On the contrary, they went into full-scale logging activity, while the scheme doesn't allow permission to do so. This, as can be predicted, affects the ecosystem in the region. The landowners lost their lands to project without their consent. The freshwater rivers got polluted, which resulted in death of aquatic creatures and various other impacts.
You know what? I'm thinking to grow potatoes over here this year. Okay, man. I'm just thinking to grow again bananas. Last time it went really well. Really?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon. How can we help you?
This land belongs to WTK. We are going to develop a big project here. Our project is worth millions of dollars, US dollars. This land is ours.
What? Are you out of your mind?
He seems like he just finished a bottle of Black Daniels for breakfast.
Quiet. See for yourself. Later, in 2013, Oxfam, an Australian-based independent not-for-profit organization that deals with the issues of poverty, human rights and environment, made an investigation into the matter and issued its report for the investigation. In its report, Oxfam accused WTK guilty of illegal land grabbing and logging. Since WTK was funded by Westpac Banking Corporation Australia, it demanded clarification from Westpac as well. To that question, Westpac's head of sustainability, Siobhan Tuhill, replied that Westpac has no relation with WTK whatsoever. She also added that Westpac has its own environmental and social standards that it expects its all associate companies to maintain. And in case associate companies fail to maintain that standard, she claimed that Westpac has ended its relation with such companies. On the other hand, lawyer for WTK Realty denied all the accusations regarding the leases, illegal land grabbing and logging in Sandown province.
Taking everything into consideration, let's say WTK is innocent and Westpac is correct, but still the fact remains that a huge part of pristine rainforest of Sandown disappeared, aquatic life ended, and WTK Realty has been working on its project in that area, and reportedly Westpac has funding arrangements with WTK for a long time.
Everybody settle down, please. Everybody be seated.
Your Honor, my client Westpac is mistakenly accused of involvement in illegal land grabbing and logging.
Did you say mistakenly?
Yes, Your Honor.
Present your evidence.
Your Honor, WTK Realty has been accused of all the charges and my client has been accused of funding WTK. But as soon as my client came to know that their associate organizations are not meeting the company's standard, they ended their relation with such organization. My client has written evidence.
It's a lie. This is not truth. We have been together for 19 years. And those are happy 19 years for our companies. Do you deny it?
Sorry, mate. You gotta say it in my face.
Now, let's discuss a bit about theory. We have a lot of standards and rules that defines how a company should act and what are the areas that it can operate. Basically, these standards pave the path of operations for various organizations including banks. But our story is related more towards the corporate social responsibility or CSR of an organization and sustainability. And this is not covered by any of the standards or rules till date.
Let me briefly describe about CSR. It is an ethical and moral obligation of an organization towards the society and environment. An organization survives, operates, and grows in a society, and it depends upon the resources provided by the environment. So the concept of CSR says that if an organization is to operate and thrive in a society by using resources from environment, it is morally liable to work towards the protection and betterment of society and elements of environment. Even this concept is not legally binding to the organizations. Different organizations adopt this concept for various reasons. For example, to improve the brand image in the market, to gain public faith, and to the very least to actually care about the environment.
Keeping that in mind, our organizations in discussion, Westpac and WTK, are no different. In their official websites and annual reports and all other public documents, they claim that social issues and sustainable environment are amongst their top concerns. They say that their organization is always working towards their goal of sustainable environment. But as it can be seen, the reality does not agree with their claim. Hence, in conclusion, we derive that Westpac is giving money to WTK to operate their project in Sundown, PNG. WTK worked as per plan. Both organizations made a lot of money out of that project until Oxfam laid its eye on that project. It made a detailed investigation in that issue and reported that the project has been obtained in illegal manner and the project itself is not operated as per permitted. As a result, the ecosystem of the region was severely hampered, not to mention the losses of residents of that region. Westpac denied its relation with WTK and WTK denied all the accusations. Well, I think this is what they could do best in that situation, just deny it against all the evidence. But it would have been better if they came forward as a responsible organization and accepted their fault and worked towards the solution instead of running away from it. Because at the end, a bit of loss is not a big deal for organizations like Westpac or WTK Realty. But the people of Sundown lost their land where they could grow their crops, lost their pristine forest where they could take their livestock for grazing, and waters in the rivers are polluted so neither the water is usable nor there are any fish to fish. In the greed of big corporate bodies, innocent peoples are the victim.